Welcome back to the channel. If you've been following the AI space, you know that 2026 has been a watershed year for Google. Today, we are breaking down every single major reveal from the I/O keynote, specifically focusing on how Gemini intelligence has evolved beyond just another chatbot into a true operating system layer. In the next 10 minutes, I'll walk you through the new multimodal reasoning engine, the rollout of agent mode across Android and Wear OS, the privacy-first architecture that actually works, and exactly what this means for developers building their own products. Whether you are a tech enthusiast or looking to pivot your workflow, this is the only summary you need to understand where Google's AI strategy is heading next year. Let's dive in. The headline grabber of the keynote was undoubtedly the launch of Gemini Intelligence V2, but calling it just an upgrade would be a massive understatement. At I/O 2026, Google unveiled a fundamentally new architecture designed to handle complex, multi-step reasoning tasks that previous models struggled with. They introduced what they call the Unified Perception Layer, which allows the model to ingest video feeds, live audio streams, and textual documents simultaneously without losing context between them. For example, instead of just summarizing a meeting transcript, the new engine can watch the video feed of that same meeting in real time. Notice when someone gestures towards a whiteboard, read the diagram being drawn, listen to the explanation, and then immediately generate a dynamic summary with annotated screenshots and action items. Google claims this reduces hallucination rates by 40% compared to V1 because the model is cross-referencing visual evidence with audio transcripts instantly. They demonstrated this live during the keynote by having the AI watch a chaotic construction site video feed, identify safety violations based on both visual cues and worker dialogue, and generate a compliance report in under 3 seconds. This isn't just about speed, it's about depth of understanding. The system can now track long-form context windows up to 2 million tokens with full fidelity, meaning you can upload an entire book or a year's worth of meeting notes, and the AI will understand how Chapter 1 connects to a discussion from last Tuesday without losing the thread. This capability effectively turns Gemini into a personal research assistant that never sleeps and remembers everything you've ever told it, provided you opt in for continuous learning modes. The second major point is where Google truly shifted gears, moving from AI as a chat interface to AI as an active agent within your daily tools. At I/O 2026, they announced Agent Mode is now fully integrated into Android 15 and Wear OS 4, moving past the beta phase that many users experienced last year. Unlike previous iterations where you had to explicitly tell the AI to perform a task, Agent Mode operates proactively based on your intent signals and calendar data. The demonstration showed a user arriving at their office building. Their phone automatically detected the location, checked the calendar for a scheduled meeting in 30 minutes, pulled up the attendee list, drafted a confirmation email based on previous correspondence styles, and booked the conference room without any voice command from the user. It even adjusted the thermostat in the smart home system to prepare the meeting space. The key innovation here is human-in-the-loop safety protocols. Google implemented a new verification step where critical actions like sending emails or deleting files require a subtle biometric confirmation. But low-friction tasks like setting reminders or organizing photos happen autonomously. For developers, this opens up a whole new category of applications built on top of the Google Agent SDK. We saw live demos of third-party productivity apps that now have native integration with Gemini's reasoning engine, allowing them to automate complex workflows like tax preparation, legal document review, and cross-platform data migration. This marks a significant step away from AI being a passive tool you ask questions of, toward it becoming an autonomous workforce member within your digital life. Now, let's address the elephant in the room because this is where Google had to work hardest to convince skeptics. The third major point is their new privacy architecture, which they branded as the glass box. Following intense scrutiny over data usage last year, I/O 2026 introduced a hardware-enforced security layer for Gemini intelligence on Pixel devices. For the first time ever, Google committed that sensitive personal data, health records, financial documents, and private conversations would never leave your device unless you explicitly toggle a global switch to cloud sync. The new local-first mode runs the entire inference model directly on the Tensor G5 chip found in Pixel 9 Pro series devices. This means your photos, voice memos, and personal journals are processed locally with zero cloud latency, and absolutely no data leaving your phone. Google demonstrated this by having the AI analyze a private family video album to identify specific people mentioned in the audio without uploading a single frame to their servers. They also introduced data sanitization protocols where even when using cloud features, personally identifiable information is automatically stripped from prompts before they reach the model and never stored in training datasets unless you explicitly consent to that specific opt-in program. This was a direct response to user concerns about memory retention and data mining. The Keynote made it clear, if you don't want your data on Google's servers, you don't have it there. This shift fundamentally changes the trust dynamic between users and large tech companies, positioning privacy not as an afterthought, but as a core feature of the operating system itself. Finally, let's talk about what this actually means for you if you are building content or applications. The fourth point is the new set of APIs released today that allow developers to leverage Gemini's multimodal reasoning capabilities in their own products with unprecedented ease. Google lowered the barrier to entry by introducing a simplified reasoning API that handles complex logic chains without requiring deep knowledge of transformer architectures. In our analysis, this suggests that we will see a flood of new productivity apps within the next 6 months that can automate tasks previously thought impossible for standard chatbots. For creators like ourselves, the implication is that content creation workflows are about to become hyper-personalized. Imagine an AI that not only writes your script, but analyzes your past performance data, audience retention metrics across different platforms, and current trending topics to suggest exactly what angle to take next video. The practical takeaway for everyone is that the era of prompt engineering as a specialized skill is ending. It's being replaced by intent specification. You no longer need to craft perfect prompts to get good results because the AI can reason through your vague instructions and find the optimal path. However, this also means you will need to develop stronger critical thinking skills to verify the outputs of these advanced agents. The tool is smarter, but human judgment remains essential for high-stakes decisions. To wrap up, Google I/O 2026 wasn't just about a bigger model. It was about a shift in how AI integrates into our actual lives. We saw the new multimodal reasoning engine handle complex visual and audio data with impressive accuracy. Agent Mode take control of our devices to automate daily tasks seamlessly, and a robust privacy architecture that finally puts user trust first. For developers, the tools are ready to build autonomous applications, while for users, this is the start of an era where AI feels less like a chatbot and more like a genuine digital assistant. If you found this breakdown helpful or want to see how these new APIs could apply to your specific industry, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss our deep dive into the developer API docs coming next week. Drop a comment below with your biggest question about Gemini Intelligence V2 and whether you trust local-first processing on your phone. Thanks for